Laude Classic Cars, final Classic Car race of the day. Coming out of the pits is Trevor Momberg in the Ford Capri. There's Melt Carstens that's out in his Cortina. And those were lovely racing in the 60s with the likes of Koos Swanepoel. And then you had the Lotus Cortinas over in the British Saloon Car Championship. And the likes of Jim Clark racing in 1966. He won the championship in the Lotus Cortina. But Koos Swanepoel, Wim Koos Swanepoel was the man in the Cortinas here in the 60s. Trevor Momberg, beautiful blue Capri, as I said. But a lot of wonderful cars out on the circuit. I can see all around me. There's the Sabat Skyline. The 29 is Jean-Andre Boertes. Jean-Andre Boertes, Bruce Avon Taplin in the Toyota Corolla. Brian Evans in his Escort, a number of Escorts out there. And then the Porsche 944 Turbo of Andrew Honeywell, one of two Gulf-colored cars out on the circuit. And if you are new to motorsport, Gulf colors is that lovely blue and orange Gulf oil colors. And that's when I say the Gulf cars, that'll be Dave Rowley in the Flat 4 Racing Beetle, or the Baby 197, as I like to call it. Yep, but anyway, Michael Hitchcock, number 67 Mustang, he stands on pole position. Alongside him, the Donadeo plant hire car, the Mark 1 Escort, who won, well, didn't win race 1. He just lost race 1 to the man starting on pole. Glenn Bogart in the Ford Granada Piranha. Look at Ferdy Mouton also in his red 68 Mustang. Just ahead there of Boertes in the Skyline. The top front-wheel drive car is Bruce Avon Taplin in that 77 Toyota Corolla with the front bodywork, the splitter. And then it's Kerry Blows in the 240Z Nissan. That will start alongside there. Also the mighty Anglia you'll see in there of Wynand Nel. What a performer in that classic machine. As I think Wayne Lotter is just trying to get into position with that Escort of his. Yeah, Robert Rowe, the Rows and their BMWs, the 325 BMW, the Felt Services car, Theo Claessen's yesterday's heroes, Skyline GTX, the Hutchings, 1.8 litre VW Scirocco of Trevor Hutchings, Lane Hutchings in the Mark II Golf, both HSC Racing, that's Hutchings Service Centre, and the Renault safety car is standing ready to lead the field off of the grid. Yeah, the M&E Auto Capri of Trevor Momberg just got to get into position now. That will be the 4th place on the grid alongside Ferdy Mouton. They were battling it lovely out earlier on for the Class B honours. Suburban spares car, and looks like almost everybody's into position. I know that the Anton Rolino car, the Morris Minor, is a notable absentee from this race today. A few missing, but hopefully in the new year we'll see some of them again as the GTX Theo Claassen Skyline gets into position. James Batia in his position in the Honda CRX, then Malcolm Pfeiffer in the Alpha GT, then it will be Melt Carstens in the Cortina. Dion Conradi still getting into position right behind Lane Hutchings. Warm-up lap has commenced, and leading them off will be Michael Hitchcock in the biofuel-powered Ford Mustang. A lovely collection of motor cars here. All going and filtering through turn one now on this warm-up lap. You'll see Phil Herold will take him around. They're going to have to slow it down a little bit. There's old Phil. I know he's a real racer, and he loves being out there in whatever car that you give him, whether it's a Ford Mustang or a Renault Triber. He will give it his all in that safety car.
Byron, I'm looking there now at Jean-Ray Boertes in the Sabat Skyline, the ex-Richard Sorensen's car, who now resides in New Zealand. But I tell you something, if that car is in the form that it was when Dick Sorensen rode it, it should be in the front. Quite frankly, it was an absolute screamer, him and Henny van der Linde. Yes, they and late Luigi Mazzocca in the Strand Blake and Clutch one as well. Oof, those three Skylines were absolutely indomitable in the front, and it'd be great to see Jean-Ray just stretching the legs of that 2.8. I mean, it's a straight six Nissan Skyline motor. It's pretty potent. It can hang with an 8, and that car just looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful from back in the day.
Yeah, Dave Hawkins also had a go in the Skyline, but reminiscing about the halcyon days.
Yeah, I mean, it's also thinking about the great Johan Coetzee, also, after he left the Escort, got into the Skyline in the Gearmax. So many of those greats. If any of you are on that Kyle Army Facebook page, you'll see all some of the greats coming through there. Right now, they make their way out of Perdamina, Fostron corner. We're going to wait for the pace car to pull off. The pace car's lights are off. It pulls to the right-hand side, and Michael Hitchcock has the toe as he brings it up. Alongside him is Franco Donadio. They come up towards us. They're going to cross that red line. They're going to wait for the lights to go off. Light off and away they go on the hammer down towards turn number 1. Michael Hitchcock's got the whole shot there. Franco Donadio sits there, and Trevor Momberg slots into P3 there with Ferdy Maton and Glenn Ayton Bogart, and then there is Jean-Ray Boertes.
Yeah, Glenn Ayton Bogart, not the best starters today, but he fights back on this lap, and he'll go side by side with Ferdy Maton into turn 2 now. Jean-Ray Boertes right behind the Bruce Avon Taplin, and Honeywell, look at that, getting punted off now as well. Looks like was it by Hitchcock that Donadio went into the tires? Is it the tires? No, it's actually the full concrete wall that he went into, and there will be yellow flags waving. Yellow flags will be waving here. We'll look out for you and get on the radio to see what will be happening on this very first lap of the race, because that happened so quickly, Francois.
I unfortunately missed that. I was looking at some of the other contenders. My apologies. Leading out, Trevor Momberg. Michael Hitchcock gets on the gas, pulls alongside Trevor Momberg. Ferdy Maton. And Andrew Honeywell slides up there between Bruce Evan Taplin and Jean-Ray Boertes. As they go down into turn number 5, Jean-Ray looking to come back. He'll go back at Andrew Honeywell. Oh, and someone's gone off. It looks like Trevor Hutchings is in the dirt. He will come back. Michael Hitchcock, Glenn Bogard, Trevor Momberg, Ferdy Maton, Andrew Honeywell, Jean-Ray Boertes, Curry Blows. Oh, they're all crossed the line. But, the gloves are off.
Well, Hitchcock leads by 1 second over Aiton Bogart. Then it's Momberg that's leading Class B ahead of Mouton. They're going into turn 2. Yellow flags are waving there. No passing. And look at how Momberg is glued to the rear of that Granada Piranha as they go through that section out through the kink and towards turn 3 now. I saw that going through, that was Bruce Evan Taplin that finds himself at the moment at the tail end of Class B and just off of Kerry Blows in the 240Z. They all go through turn 3 once again, intercept a corner, but we'll watch them as they come out through turn 4 onto the back straight. Look at this now. It's going to be the Granada Piranha of Aiton Bogart that's challenging the Mustang of Michael Hitchcock. Michael Hitchcock going defensive quite early on the straight and looking on the outside into turn 5. Pertamina Fastron, they'll be side by side almost through there, but just keeping it ahead will be Michael Hitchcock.
Kerry Blows is challenging his mechanic, Jean-Ray Boertes, and Jean-Ray hangs around the outside and says to him, Uncle Kerry, no, not like that. But Michael Hitchcock over Glen Bogart, Trevor Momberg, then Ferdy Maton, Andrew Honeywell, Jean-Ray Boertes, Kerry Blows up on the inside, looking to get past Jean-Ray. Then it's a Bruce Evan Taplin. It's going to be Wayne Lotte, Willem Nel, and Trevor Hutchings and Dion Conradi.
Well, we're just trying to find out here, Francois, as they go into turn 2 once again, if there is any considerable damage on the Mustang after, of course, Hitchcock and Donadio tangled on lap 1, and that's allowing the Granada Piranha of Aiton Bogart to close up the gap. Usually, in a case like this, the Mustang would probably sprint a bit away there, but it's half a second between them, and I'm actually trying to see now here at the front of that car, going through turn 4 and onto the back straight, if there is ever sort of a issue with the right front corner of that machine. Yeah. Down the back straight we then run towards turn 5. Once again, Aiton Bogart will look on the outside of the Hitchcock leading Mustang, and then runs it to the line now on this second lap, and there will be 5 laps then left to go. All right, so let's watch them as they go now. Trevor Momberg will still hold third at the present moment. That will be first in Class B. Then it will be Mouton a little bit further back. The third place man in class will be Andrew Honeywell. But Class C currently led by Kerry Blows at the moment. But look who's closing up to him. Jean-Ray Boertes into turn 1, and he will go onto the inside, but not going to make it work there before he has the likes of Lotte and as well as the Evan Taplin Toyota.
You cannot overtake someone who's paying your salary. You know you're not going to get a raise. So Jean-Ray will ride shotgun for Kerry, to say the least. And Kerry Blows, but it's good for Kerry. Jean-Ray will stick with him and will keep him honest. That's the main thing. Up behind them is Lotte, Wayne Lotte in the escort there. Bruce Evan Taplin, Willem Nel, and up behind him is Lane Hutchings.
Well, there are nose to tail here, Francois. Just watch them as they go around. But now, towards turn 5, here comes our leader and second position. Maintaining that first position is Michael Hitchcock, the man who started on pole position. But he's under immense pressure here from Aiton Bogart. Aiton Bogart had a sniff Did not make it work there, did not make it happen down the straight. It looks like he still has the legs here, does old Hitchcock, but under braking, that's where Aiton Bogart starts coming closer in, reels him in as he does. Funny enough though, they're not being caught by anybody else behind them. It is still basically spaced out until you get to the Kerry Blows and Jean-Andre Boertes pairing. Laude comes through there as well. Laude second in Class C. Avon Taplin at the back end of the class behind it, but Avon Taplin dropping a few places as Nell comes up into third place in Class Hutchings. The 74 Hutchings, of course, that will be the Golf of Lane Hutchings, still hanging in there in 11th position ahead of Conradi's Toyota.
Well, lots happening. Michael Hitchcock leading out over Aiton Bogart. Momberg in third. Ferdy Maton fourth. Andrew Honeywell 5. Kerry Blows in the 260Z sits there in 6 with Jean-Ray Boertes. Then it's Wayne Laude, followed by Bruce Avon Taplin in the Corolla. Wynand Nels in 10th place in the Ford Anglia. Then it's Lane Hutchings in the Golf. Dion Conrad in the Conquest. McCallan sits there behind him. Rowe in the BMW. Rowley then in the Beetle. Hammond de Kock there in the Escort. Then it's going to be Trevor Hutchings in the Sirocco. Theo Claassen in the second of the Skylines. And then Trutte in the Frankie's Escort. So the field pretty much spread out. The only real tussle we can talk about is the one in the front between Hitchcock and Aiton Bogart. And then Kerry and Jean-Ray. But I mean, that's mechanic just following his boss. I don't think it's about scuffle there. I'd actually like to see Jean-Ray just press the buttons a little bit.
Come on, just for a little bit of entertainment value here. Look at Bruce Avon Taplin. He's having a go on Wayne Laude. They go onto the inside into turn 1 now. Side by side, the Toyota. Will he get ahead of the Escort? They will be side by side through the corner. The inside line going to Avon Taplin and then onto the Joubert Straight now. All right, so Francois, also here we have Trevor Hutchings that's battling it out at the present moment, and that will be between de Kock and Claassen at this time, all coming through into turn 1.
Yeah, and the Frankie Kohler Escort there of Trutte also sits there with that little pack. They're having a lovely little battle towards the back end of the field. And something I think that must be quite crowd pleasing is Dave Riley's Beetle that's still circulating. That's flat 4 Beetle from Dave Riley. Really an exquisite exhibit in its own. And here comes your leader, Michael Hitchcock, over the line. We cross the line. He's got 2 laps to go.
Yeah, that's this one and the next one, and it looks like he's broken the gap just a little bit between himself and Aiton Bogart, 1.8 seconds to be exact. Coming down the back straight though, we have a number of cars running through there. That will be the 240Z of Kerry Blows and Jean-Ray Boertes, which of course the relationship between the two of them you have been given explanation on because of Francois here, but of course it's employer-employee battle at the moment.
Come on, Jean-Ray, give it a go, lad. And he sits up there behind him. Now, Kerry Blows actually going to bypass his brother, Craig Blows, who's sitting in the little Datsun ahead of him. And he's actually getting up to grips with it. So now it's Blows, and Boertes.
Blows right past.
And Boertes, Jean-Ray up on the inside, right on Kerry Blows' tail. Jean-Ray is right there. Ooh, he nearly nudges him at the back as he works his way through. Behind them, it's Wayne Laude, it's Bruce Avon Taplin, and Wynand Nel.
Yeah, Wynand Nel's just been passed through the kink now, Francois, into turn 3. He's just been passed by Bruce Avon Taplin, the comeback man. Leaders. Yeah, last lap is going to be started now. Malcolm Pfeiffer being lapped in the Alfa Romeo, and he's going to allow Aiton Bogart to come through. But it is the final lap of the classic car race today. The Laude classic cars into turn 1. It will be for Hitchcock. Into turn 1, it will be for Aiton Bogart.
Yeah, no, the classic cars, basically for the whole year, have really entertained us to the fullest extent. Michael Hitchcock leading out there, Glenn Aiton Bogart in second place. Then it's going to be Trevor Momberg in the Capri, ahead of Ferdy Maton in the second in the Mustangs. Andrew Honeywell, the head there of Kerry Blows and Jean-Ray Boertes. Then it's going to be Wayne Laude, Bruce Avon Taplin and Wynand Nel, who make up the top 10. And pretty much the protagonists who see much of the year at the top end of the field. And well, if anyone hasn't enjoyed classic cars in 2023, then I don't think you will ever enjoy classic cars, because this is definitely the cream of the crop from yesteryear that we have here in Cape Town.
Down the back straight for the last time today, Michael Hitchcock, who had that coming together on lap 1 with Franco Donadio. We were looking for a great battle over there. Unfortunately, we were robbed of that, but that is racing, how it works. And well, here comes now Michael Hitchcock out of turn 5, runs it towards the City of Cape Town Castro and Wingfield Motors Bridge, and will take the flag confidently over here for win 2 of the day. A great performance here from Aiton Bogart. Getting himself second position. A lapped James Mattia comes through, the man from Stellenbosch, and then the Malcolm Pfeiffer will also be coming through lapped. Then it is the third place man and the winner of Class B is Trevor Momberg in the Capri. It will be Honeywell. No, Honeywell came. That is Ferdy Mouton, I think. I didn't see Ferdy Mouton. Oh, here he comes now. Ferdy is coming very slowly over here. He was passed by Andrew Honeywell's 944. Then Mouton, I think he might have been a moment off, and then Kerry blows. Signs off the 6th position ahead of Jean-Ray Boertes. Wayne Lotte will come across the line, and that will be ahead there of, here comes of course Lane Hutchings across the line. Dion Conradi should be next. Yes, there we go. Yeah, for Kalen coming through next. And then it will be Rob Rowe that will be in the BMW with the Classic Car chairman, O'Rowe, Hutchings, de Kock, and Truta. I think Rowley did come through. There we go. There's the little Beetle, Flat 4 Racing Beetle of Dave Rowley. And that was our Laude Classic Cars. We now move into the last 2 events of this race day. Yes, Frankie was just letting me know now that the marshals were taking care of a small fire underneath the escort, so making quick work of that, the marshals. But it just happened in a blink of an eye over there into the concrete wall, not at full force, of course, from the side. So the man, of course, who drives that car, Donadio, tapped into a... Yeah, that was, tapped out basically. Unfortunately, those things happen. Very busy coming through that turn 2 section. Let's see again. On the inside, the back end slipping out a little bit there of Donadio. But Hitchcock, a little out of shape for Hitchcock, definitely as well. And one of those racing incidents that you get. Okay, who's doing Clubman's? I'm also like...
Clubman's in this portion.
Yeah, Gary was like giving it to me earlier on. It's like, I'm like, I'm like,